Alright, welcome back everybody. My name is Sean, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Oh, wait, hold on, there we go. I just got done with Beyond the Beef here at the Ultralux, and thought I should continue on down the strip. I am going to leave the tops for last, because I know that's where Benny is. But we have a couple other things to explore here. We've got, let's go ahead and explore Vault 21. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with this place. Hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm Sarah Weintraub.
Hi,
Welcome
Sarah.
to the finest vault hotel in the whole world.
A vault hotel? Was it like this before the war?
No, silly, of course it wasn't always a hotel. I grew up in it. I love it. My favorite place in the world. Not that I know much of the world. I never left this place, come to think of it. But it is the most special vault ever.
Okay. What's so special about it?
My vault is pure New Vegas. Everyone has a chance, and Lady Luck smiles if you play your odds right. Okay, it was like that before we had to leave. Vault 21 had very smart ways to help people get along. All arguments and fights got solved through gambling. I'll give you a quick tour of my home. Oh yeah, if you like.
Sure, I would like
Radio, Daddy-O. Let's do it.
that. Alright, I guess we're having a
All
tour
right,
of
please
Vault
follow
21.
me. We'll head into the vault right
See
away.
what's going on here. Turn that off, because that's gonna get me in trouble. Can't move any faster,
This
can
bunker
ya?
protects the entrance to the vault. Solid stone outside and thick steel on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Good to see you again.
Okay, I was curious about that. After you, my lady. Okay. And I'm following you.
Good to see you again.
It's not like I left. Do I have to keep doing that every time she decides to stop? Because that would suck. Seems pretty barren.
Above us, there's a control center for this level of the vault's life support systems, electric grid, radioactive shields, and all that jazz. Don't get lost. My vault has many corridors and rooms, although it is no longer symmetrical after Mr. House threw us out.
Why did Mr. House throw you out? Okay. Oh, frame rates. Oh, the frame rates.
Good to see you again.
Okay, she was just moving right when I clicked on her. That sucks. Keep moving,
Vegas
please.
at night is like nothing else.
Seeing the sights. Fiend leader shouldn't have messed with our great army.
This is the main game hall. Here we settled the big disputes among the vault.
What just happened there?
Chosen representatives gambled against each other here. The winner earned the right to settle the dispute as wished by the collective.
Okay.
We used to have such parties in this diner. A bitch to clean later, but well worth it.
Okay.
Hey,
So it's just
watch your
it's
caps.
it's a
Go quick.
it's a vault.
This hall leads to our guest rooms. You can use
Should've
the first
bet we'd
room on
kill
our
the
left,
Fiend's
but
leader.
no snooping next door.
Seeing the sights?
That's my room. Always was.
Okay. I might do some snooping then.
Down
So
there is the game room. Each side of the vault had one, but the other is filled with concrete now.
It's safer to travel
Okay,
now
that wraps it up.
retreating.
I'll see you soon.
I'd still look out for trouble.
Okay. Well, I guess what else do you have to say before you walk all the way back?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. I'd like to ask some questions about Vault 21.
All right, what would you like to know?
Said that it wasn't always a hotel?
No, silly. Of course it wasn't always a hotel.
What does Mr. House have to do with Vault 21?
Mr. House has everything to do with Vault 21. He tried to get us out before he filled it with concrete. I almost went ape. So we convinced him. Okay, Sheldon and I, right? We convinced him to leave the top level mostly intact.
Wait, why did he want to fill it with concrete?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't want anybody sneaking around down there. My vault runs deep and wide. It's filled with corridors and rooms that go far. What gives him the right to screw us with the royal shaft anyway? So he saved New Vegas. Woohoo! Now scram and let us go on with our lives. Sheesh.
There's just way too many innuendos there to even begin, so I will refrain from that. Oh, I would like to know other things about you and this hotel.
I see. Okay, your move.
So you run this place then?
Yeah, and you gotta dig what I did with it. Looking as good as it should? Almost.
Do you miss the old days in the vault?
It was bustling with activity. We all knew each other so well. You see, the vault kept us all even. It's all symmetry and windows down there. We solved any quarrels through gambling. Lady Luck cast no eyeballs, you know? So, nobody shafted anyone else. Yeah, I miss those days.
I don't know why. Okay, I guess I'll ask. It seems important. You know Doc Mitchell?
Mitch? You mean Molebutt? I hadn't thought about that name in a long time. I was just a child and he had a big mole in his rear bumper. You understand, kids and all that. Everyone knows about each other in a vault. There's no other way. I hope Mitch is doing well.
I don't know. That should not be highlighted, I don't think. I don't think there's anything else to discuss with it. Oh, I guess there is. Do you get a lot of business here?
Sure, the place is packed. Usually. We get loads of NCR cubes these days. A stray Brahmin Baron once in a while, and recently circled couples shining big rocks on their fingers.
Okay, I have other questions for you. So you're the owner of this hotel and shop?
Well, it is my vault, all right. Yeah. That is, no. I take care of it, but I suppose you could say that it belongs to Mr. House.
Okay. Even though I've already asked this, let's ask it again.
Mr. House...
Yes, and there's nothing else for that. Okay. Other things about you in this hotel? Let's talk about something else. There are some things I wanted to know about you.
I see. Okay, your move.
What did you say about not being the owner of the hotel and your shop?
I take care of it, but I suppose you could say that it belongs to Mr. House.
Okay. You have never actually left this place?
Sure I have. I made the scene in the strip. It's just that I really like it here. Vault 21 is a kick.
Okay. Sarah, there's something else behind all this, right?
Okay, you're right. I hate going outside. It's almost impossible for me to step out of here. Still, I love my vault. It's my pad.
Okay. Some more questions? Talk about something else? Okay, well, I guess that explains all of her dialogue. Don't know what's going on up here. Oh, frame rates. there anything of interest here, or is it just for show? Looks a lot like it's just for show. And it's just for show. That's pretty swell. Okay. And wow, I feel like I'm very lost, or I just did a huge loop. There's a terminal. Let's go ahead and close the door. See what this has to say. Services, dinner menu. Well, I mean, they got options, that's for sure. Gift catalog. Pre-war toasters, pre-war books. Vault 21 card decks. Interesting. Nitrogen canisters. Laugh it all out. Okay. Convenience. Okay. History of Vault 21. Paradise of Equality. Vault 21 has a story unlike any other nuclear fallout shelter. You are about to learn why. It is common knowledge that with some vaults were built and organized with motives that went beyond their function as safeguards of our last great hope, the hope that humanity would survive even the worst catastrophic imaginable nuclear war. Vault 21 was one of the experimental vaults. In the spirit of Las Vegas, our vault was built and organized around gambling. Everything you will see here follows the idea that humans can coexist and organize their lives based on the principle that skill is the only factor that should tip the blind balance held by Lady Luck. We embodied the perfect equilibrium between self-reliance and social equality. Each level of Vault 21 was symmetrical and transparent. Each room locked exactly like the next, and every gambling place was built in plain sight so that no person would have advantage over another. Thanks to this, quarrels in our society were solved from an equal starting ground. The best won, just like our American dream promised so long ago. After 200 years of living in harmony, we finally awoke to the nature of the outside world when Mr. House, in his able wisdom, resurrected our lost city as New Vegas. Okay. Opening to a new world. 7 years ago, Mr. House rebuilt and organized the great city of New Vegas. Vault 21 rests in the middle of the Strip, and it was inevitable that it would become part of the city's bright future. Mr. House contracted our community and offered us to participate in the resurgence of New Vegas. Most Vault 21 dwellers refused the offer. Life was quite comfortable, safe, and fertile. We had grown so accustomed to the benefits of our isolated society that we could not conceive leaving it behind for an unknown future, teetering on a precarious balance. Still, there were some among us who disagreed with the prevailing wisdom. They challenged. On Mr. House's behalf, each of the vault levels representatives that supported continuing our isolation according to the customs a game would be set up where the winner would decide the course of the community's future. A game of blackjack was scheduled and held in this very level of Vault 2021. After many hours of grueling struggle, Mr. House's supporters won in an extremely risky and fateful gambit. They decided to open up the doors to the outside world. The rest upheld our system and remained true to their promise to abide by the victor's decisions. After almost 200 years within Vault 21's halls, we released the seals of the ancient doors. We opened to a new world. A tribute to Mr. House. Mr. House, with the help of the families, had transformed the mostly unharmed ruins of Las Vegas into a paradise. It resembled the city that we remembered thanks to the stories and items that our forefathers told and secured in Vault 21 after the cataclysm. We were awestruck and cautious. At once, slowly, we left the confines of the vault and settled within New Vegas, aiding in its reconstruction. Vault 21, a giant complex of functioning machinery, became a great source of materials for which to rebuild New Vegas. Mr. House stripped the vault and filled its empty husk with concrete, only leaving behind part of the vault's top level. This section is where you now find hospice and where the warmth of our ancient home remains alive for all to enjoy. We have come to recognize the wisdom of Mr. House in forging a new and brighter future for all generations of New Vegas's inhabitants. Without his leadership, the barren wastelands would have remained uncivilized, savage, and brutal for all time. We sincerely hope that you join us in celebrating the glory of New Vegas and the memory of Vault 21's legacy. Interesting. It sounds a little fishy, honestly. I mean, I don't know why he would decide to fill up more than half of the vault full of concrete. Maybe we can find something to explore down here. Who knows? It's a vault. There's always something going on with a vault. Mail messaging. Messages. Unregistered user. Pay up and try again. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Oops. That's also not what I want. Mail messaging. Sent. Try again. And okay, so there's nothing else here. Alright. Well, seems like a pretty nice room, to be honest. It's a vault room, but it's probably the nicest one we will ever see here. And we have a door to pick. I want to pick it. Nope, not that way. Let's try that way. There we go. Oh no, I lost karma. Close the door, please and thank you. Ooh, snow globe. I'm not gonna loot all of that. There's a terminal. Okay. Well, this is Sarah's room, so yeah, I think I will end it here, and then in the next episode I will hopefully, what I'm gonna do is I'll unlock this terminal, read it, and see if there's anything else to do, and I might do some research on this place and see if there's definitely something going on here, because no vault is just normal. I mean, you do have vaults that are control vaults, but I feel like this may not be one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and save it just in case, because things always go wrong for me. But yeah, I think that oops, there we go. I think that I will call it here, and we will continue this in the next episode. So, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you later. Thanks, guys.